everybody, it's Sherry, and I'm back with another no-chew recipe for those of you who can't chew your food, or for some other reason you need to be on a soft food or a no-chew diet. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that we have done some vegetable dishes and some side dishes. But today, I'm going to show you how to do a meat dish. What we're going to do today is taco meat with homemade salsa and homemade guacamole. Now, this is a dish that's also very spicy, which is very important because when you can't chew your food, you need to punch up the flavors in your food to make up for the fact that you can't chew. So let's get started with our taco meat. We're going to start with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a skillet. We're going to let that get hot. And when that gets hot enough, we're going to add 1 small onion, diced. We're going to cook that for just a few minutes until it gets a little bit translucent. So once your onion has cooked for a couple of minutes, I've got 3 cloves of garlic that are minced. So add your garlic to the onion. And then just cook that for about a minute or 2. Doesn't take very long for the garlic to cook. Add 1 pound of hamburger meat. And just brown that. Okay, once your hamburger meat is brown, be sure and drain the excess grease off of it. I'm going to turn the temperature down to about medium. And then we're going to start adding our spices. We're going to add 3 teaspoons of chili powder. Two teaspoons of ground cumin. 1 teaspoon oregano. 1/2 teaspoon basil. 1/2 teaspoon ground thyme. 1 teaspoon salt. A little pepper, about 1/4 teaspoon of pepper to taste. And then just a dash of cayenne pepper. Doesn't take much. We're going to mix these all in and cook these together for about 2 minutes. You just want to cook your spices into the meat. Now once those spices have cooked in a little bit and gotten into your meat, we're going to add a little bit of water. About 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup. We're going to start with just about 1/4 cup first. And that looks pretty good. I'm going to add just a little bit more water. And we're going to let this simmer on the stove for about 1 hour. Now, I'm using fresh spices in this, which is what I would recommend you do because it just has better flavor when you use fresh spices. If you want to, if you're in a hurry and you're just not able to spend this much time cooking in the kitchen, it's okay to use a package of taco seasoning mix and just mix that with your hamburger. And we're going to cover it and let it simmer for 1 hour. Now, while our taco meat is simmering on the stove, we're going to go ahead and make our homemade salsa. So what we're going to start with is 2 cans of diced tomatoes. And those are going to go in our Vitamix. If you don't have a Vitamix, I recommend you get one. If you're going to be on a no-chew diet for any length of time, you will love it. So we'll put in 2 cans of diced tomatoes. Then we're going to put in 1/4 bunch of cilantro. So when you buy cilantro in the store, cut it in halves and then cut it in half again. So you've got 1/4 of fresh cilantro. And we're going to put in 1 heaping teaspoon of chopped garlic. And to that we're going to add, I've got 6 jalapeno slices here. and 3 teaspoons of jalapeno juice. Now, if you want to make it hotter, you can. You can add more jalapenos if you like. And then we're going to cover the top of this with liberal amounts of garlic salt. And then on top of that, we're going to do, again, liberal amounts of minced onion. So just pour some on there. You want about, well, it would be about 1/8 of an inch coverage on the top. Now we're going to put the lid on the Vitamix. And we're going to start it out on slow, so we'll just turn it on. And then gradually turn up the speed. Now we're going to use our tamper to tamp this down in there. And turn the speed back down a little bit. You don't want to liquefy it, but you do want it pretty ground up. That's it on the salsa. And that's ready to pour up. Now you'll want to make this a day ahead of time because this needs to refrigerate overnight so all of the spices can marinate together. But make it ahead of time. Put it in a couple of 16-ounce ball jars or canning jars. So we'll just pour that in the jars. And we'll put this in the refrigerator. Now I've already got some in the refrigerator for our taco meat. It's already prepared, but we'll put these in the refrigerator and these will be ready for tomorrow. Okay, we're back and I'm going to show you how to make some homemade guacamole. I've got 1 avocado that I've got cut up and mashed up in a bowl. Now you want to make sure your avocados are soft, they're not too hard. So I've already mashed this one up. So once you get your avocado mashed up, you want to sprinkle liberal amounts of garlic salt or to taste, whatever you like, and then about 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. And again, you can add more or less depending on your taste. And then just mix that up with a fork. And then just to make it smoother, I like to add about a tablespoon of sour cream. Add that right in there. And then just mix that all up. Very simple, very easy, very fresh. You've got your homemade guacamole. Okay, we're back. Our meat has finished cooking. I've let it cool for just a few minutes so that we can put it into the food processor. And as you know, when we put food in the food processor, we have to add more moisture to it. So we're going to be adding a little bit of water to this. So just scoop it in. You don't want a whole lot in there at one time. And then we're going to add a little bit of water to that. We're going to do this in batches. A little bit of water just so that we get the right consistency in the food processor. We put the lid on and let it go. Okay, that should do it. We'll be back in just a minute and I'm going to dish all of these things up and show you how this all looks on the plate. So thank you very much and we'll see you in a minute. We're back and I've got the taco meat with the homemade salsa on top of that. We've also got some refried beans with cheddar cheese on top. We've got our homemade guacamole and a little bit of sour cream on the side. This is a complete Mexican food dish, complete meal. If you want to, you can even add a couple of tamales because those are very easy to mash up, and you can just add that to this dish and have a complete Mexican meal. So I hope you see that even though you can't chew regular food, you can still have some of your favorite foods. Even though they may not look like tacos, they're going to have the flavor of tacos. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you join me back for more videos. Thank you.